Hello and welcome to Written Words. I'm Helen and today's video is the first in a series of short videos looking at some of the basic principles of English grammar. So if you've always struggled with grammar and found it difficult to get to grips with, hopefully this will give you a basic grounding in how to write grammatically accurate English so that your writing will read more smoothly. So for today's lesson, we are going to look at the basic building blocks of a sentence, the anatomy of a sentence. There are three components which a sentence needs in English. Without any one of them, it is not a full sentence. I have to begin by adding a caveat that, of course, we have lots of rules for grammar in English, but of course every rule has plenty of exceptions. Nevertheless, it is important to understand the basic rules first before you can start to understand the exceptions as well. So in these videos, we are going to start by looking at the very basic rules. So the three main components of a sentence in English, the three essential components, are called the subject, the verb, and the object. Let's look at the verb to start with. The verb is the bit in the middle that glues it all together. A verb is often described as a doing word. The verb is the action that takes place in the sentence. Verbs include words like play, eat, read, walk, and so on. There are other verbs that are not as obviously actions, things like might, is, can, must. They are also verbs. But for today's lesson, we're going to concentrate on the verbs that are clearly actions to avoid confusion. Then, at one end of the sentence, the beginning of the sentence, we have the subject. The subject is the person or the thing that is doing the action. And then at the end of the sentence, we have the object. And the object is the person or the thing that is on the receiving end of the action. The object is having the action done to it. So let's look at a very simple example. For our verb, let's take the word play. And for our subject, let's have the man. And for the object, the piano. So the man played the piano. The man is the subject. He is doing the action. Played is the verb. That's the action that the man is doing. And the object is the piano. The piano is what is having the action done to it. The man is sitting there. He is pressing the keys on the piano. So the piano is having the action done to it. So the man played the piano. Subject, verb, object. The subject and the object are usually words that we also call nouns or pronouns. Nouns are names of people or places or things. And pronouns are words that substitute nouns such as I, you, he, she, him, her. In English, word order is very important. So in this sentence, it's very important that the subject, the verb, and the object remain in that order. If we change it round, the sentence changes its meaning. So we say the man played the piano, but we cannot say the piano played the man, unless you're trying to write some kind of very surreal scene where the piano is actually playing a tune on the man. Also, the subject must be in front of the verb, and the object must be after the verb, so that it's clear which is the subject and which is the object. In some languages, the subject and the object change their endings, and the verb changes its endings as well, so it's clearer from the words themselves what function each word plays in the sentence, and so the word order is less important. But in English, generally, the subject and the object don't change. We don't change the ending of piano to show that it's the object. We put it after the verb to show that it's the object. So its position in the sentence is very important for understanding. Let's take another example. Let's use the verb ate. And the subject could be the dog. And the object, every school child's excuse for not getting their work done on time, my homework. The dog ate my homework. So ate is the verb, the dog is the subject, the dog is doing the action, and what is the action being done to? It's being done to the homework. The homework is what is getting chewed up and eaten. So again, the subject, verb and object have to stay in the same order. You can't say, my homework ate the dog. It doesn't make sense. Also, you cannot move the verb. You can't say, ate the dog my homework. Again, it doesn't make sense because in that sentence, it's not clear which is the subject and which is the object. So hopefully that has made it a little bit clearer what subject, verb and object means when building a sentence and why word order is so important in English. If you would like to learn more about the written language and explore its use in practice, in literature and other writing, do visit our website at writtenwords.uk and do consider signing up for membership to become a student of Written Words, which gives you access to a weekly structured lesson on the English language and its literature with examples and exercises and an accompanying worksheet as well. Thank you for watching. I look forward to seeing you in the next video, and in the meantime, happy writing.